welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me yet, hi, I'm Zsuzsanna. I'm studying abroad in the US at High Point University, and today I have two special guests here.
Special?
You're so alone, so.
Yeah. So, I'm Callum, I'm from Scotland. I'm here at High Point only for this semester.
Hi, I'm Fiona, I'm from Germany, and I'm also an exchange student just like Callum.
Yeah, and I'm here for 4 years if you didn't know yet. Yeah, let's get started with the questions.
Yeah.
Today we're just going to answer some questions that you guys had about life in the US in college versus, you know, back in Europe. So let's just start.
So the first question is, how easy is it to make American friends? You want to start with that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get to know people because everyone's open, but then it's also hard to make like deeper connections with them because you don't really know if they're like actually, if you're like actually friends or if they're just nice to you. I don't know if you feel the same way. But
I would say you need to like be proactive, like join clubs. If you're going to be here for 4 years, you could join a fraternity or sorority if you really wanted to. So there's options you could. Yeah. You definitely do it.
Yeah, but in general, I feel like everyone's really friendly here and everyone like approaches you.
Yeah.
So I think it's it's kind of.
Second question is, what is the biggest change to adapt to? It's a tough question.
I don't know.
I think for me this is it's probably actually the food, because I miss Scottish food and drink and stuff. So it's the food here can be a little bit repetitive. It is good, but it's quite repetitive each day.
Yeah.
So that's what I would personally say. I don't know what you guys think.
For me, I think it would be the strict rules around alcohol and other things.
Yeah, like laws.
Which is weird. Yeah, it's weird to adapt to like new laws and take them seriously when you're not used to having them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and also the food is definitely very different.
So because I was in high school in Georgia for a year and I studied abroad then, I'm kind of used to like the US by now and I don't really see the big changes anymore. But yeah, I agree with the food part and then the laws. I'm used to drinking at home and here I can't, so.
Is the style of learning different from high school / other universities? So I study back home at the University of Stirling in Scotland. The class sizes here are a lot smaller and I would say it's more practical, so it's definitely very different, but I would say in a good way. The learning over here is very good, but that's from a different university anyway.
Yeah.
So I also go to the University of Stirling and I agree with Callum. I think it's definitely, it's less independent learning more, it's more like you're guided through it, so you probably have a better chance of getting good grades, but on the other hand you don't learn that independence of doing things by yourself. Yeah. And I think it's more similar to high school than it is to what I know as being at university, if that makes sense. Like the small class sizes, and you have a teacher instead of like a lecturer that you would have.
I was surprised that it was this similar to high school because everyone's like, it's so different and so much harder than high school, and I came here and I was like, well, you have more assignments maybe and you do them on your own and they don't tell you to read the textbook and you have to read the textbook, for example, but like the class, the way the lecture is like set, it's not really that different, but that's just High Point. I know that our universities here are like different, so.
What is the best way to see the surrounding area / travel?
So since we don't have cars yet, I mean I don't have one yet, I might get one, but for exchange students I would say Uber, but it's kind of expensive, and then just take advantage of the universities like shuttles and stuff like that.
Just have friends that have cars.
Yeah, definitely.
Rent cars.
Make friends that have cars. It makes it a lot easier because the public transport is not as good as certainly it is in Europe.
Yes.
So it's a little bit harder.
I've used the train here before. It's not that expensive, but it's kind of like not really convenient because they're not going as much. There's like one train a day to a specific location. I
feel like they're not even that cheap as well. They're still quite expensive.
And so public transport,
but it's an
like
option.
Difficult here. Like there's not as much public transport as like maybe in bigger cities.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to get places without a car, especially because in the area apparently it's very dangerous. So you're not recommended to go anywhere by yourself, which is also weird if you're used to walking places. So I think you definitely need a car to get around.
How much does it cost, and how can you afford it?
Well, we have different cost points here because I'm a full-time student. Like, I'm international student and they're exchange students, so they don't pay tuition. but that can like vary from where you're from and what uni you go to. Maybe they don't pay for your tuition.
I guess this school is quite expensive, so
because
even
it's
if you only
private.
pay basic accommodation and board, and it's still not cheap.
It's still
yeah. So like if you're on a budget, probably better to stay in Europe. But if you want a really good experience, it's definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
And also you pay a lot up front, but then everything else is kind of covered by that cost.
Yes.
Like you don't have to worry about paying for anything else throughout the semester.
Yeah, that's true.
But that does make up for the fact that it's very expensive at the start.
Yes. I made a video at the cost of me studying here. If you want to know the exact numbers of what I spend and you know how I afford it, there's a video up there. It's like linked up here, and if you want to watch it.
Is college like the way you thought it would be?
Honestly, I don't know what I expected. I try not to expect many things.
Yeah.
But I came here for a reason, and I think it's met. So like, it's not like.
Yeah. I guess when I came here as exchange, I've just been very positive. Like I knew it would be very good, so it's definitely lived up to expectations. But similar, I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I don't really know what my expectations were, but it's definitely nice to, because the tuition is so high for other people, everything's very like pretty and taken care of, and like so it's very like comfortable to live here. Yeah. If that makes sense. So I think that's very positive. But I feel like I expected maybe the the parties to be crazier. I don't really know how to explain that, but like
because it's like made such a thing.
I expected it maybe to like not just be on the weekends. Yeah. But I don't really know enough about it yet.
Yeah.
What are the real odds that you get accepted into US college? Zsuzsanna's better to answer this, but what I will say is if you don't get accepted, remember study abroad's always an option and it's definitely worth taking advantage of.
Yeah, me and Callum just had to basically get accepted to the organisation called Study Abroad, and then we were automatically accepted by High Point, so we can't really answer. Specifically like for the college.
So I made a whole video about applying to college as an international student. If you want to watch that, it's linked up here too. So every college or university has an acceptance rate that you can look up online. So if you're wanting to know what your chances of getting in, you can actually see what the average score or GPA or, you know, grades are for students that go here. So that's where I would look. I can't really tell you what your odds are. I think the acceptance rate for High Point is like 81%, 83%, something around that. So it's not that hard.
What's the social life like?
Well, there's lots to do, I guess. Like on campus, we have a movie theater, we have an arcade,
planetarium.
We have the planetarium, we have restaurants, we have a pool, gyms. So it's like you can always meet up with friends and do stuff. You don't have to like go outside and like find a place, but
it's really useful. Everyone's on campus, so like you don't have to travel anywhere. So if you're bored for a day, you can always like let someone know, go to arcade, beat them at pool, stuff like that. It's, you know, pretty easy to do.
Also the Greek life, depending on where you're from, like that might be kind of weird, but there's like fraternities and sororities, and I feel like that's a very important part of social life here.
Yeah,
pretty much everyone is kind of in a fraternity or sorority. So and that's basically how you meet people mainly. I'd say more than even like sports clubs and stuff. So
I mean there are clubs, but
the Greek life, it's a lot of hours sometimes, especially when you join, and it also costs about $700 to join as well. So it's something you need to be pretty committed to join. But speaking to a lot of people here, it's definitely worth it for them if you're here for 4 years.
Yeah, I don't think you can join for just one semester.
You can join, but it's just not worth it.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the difference in nightlife compared to home? Big difference. Well, I guess first of all, again going back to Greek life, the fraternities have a lot of parties. They're mainly on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah. There's nothing on the weekdays.
If you're from Europe, of course, I mean, we're used to, you know, nightclubs, stuff like that. So it's very different to that. There are nightclubs you can go to. They're quite expensive and they're not as common for students. The frat parties are pretty fun, but they can get a little bit repetitive at times, I would say. I don't know if you guys agree or not.
I agree with that, Just depends which one you go to, because like, if you go to the same one all the time, obviously it's gonna be like the same, but...
Yeah, I would say if you're like, if you just want to like party the whole time, I would probably say stay in Europe for that personally. But whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I think the frat parties are pretty much the only party you can go to regularly, because to go to a nightclub you have to get a taxi or an Uber.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kind of a weird mix out of a house party and a club.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess like some people enjoy it. I enjoy it. I think it's alright.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're good.
yeah, and in general, I feel like because of the strict alcohol policies, it's a very big deal here. So people talk a lot about like what they drink and how much they drink,
Yeah.
and that's like very
Yeah.
different to home, where like basically
No one
depending on
cares.
where you're
Yeah.
from, you can drink from when you're like 16 or 18. So
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal at that age, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's
Yeah, because
true.
here a lot of people start drinking in college.
A lot
So
of people like throwing up and like passing out and stuff because they
Yeah.
can't handle the alcohol very well. So that happens. Get used to it.
Also because they're underage and they're away from home, so they think they can do it.
How many internationals are at High Point?
I think it's about 5%, so like about 200, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual number, like, as of this spring semester, but it's quite a lot, but we don't know all of them.
Yeah. We do have the GSA, the Global Student Association.
Yeah.
I think there's probably about 10 or so, 15 people in the group in total, but we, you know, hang out, we do stuff. And
think it's
when you
more.
first, maybe more, but when you first come, you'll know people that come in at the same time as you.
Yeah.
So you will meet a lot of internationals, so it's really good to hang out with internationals. But I would still
Yes.
say, try and meet a few Americans as well, if you can.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these guys aren't that much fun.
What?
Jokes! What's it like having a roommate? I guess I know when I came here, this is one thing that I thought, I don't know if I want a roommate. This is my room we're in. You can see there's 2 beds. I did not have a roommate, so I was very lucky.
Yeah.
Do you have a roommate? So I don't know.
I don't have one either.
But you live in an apartment style thing, so
Yeah.
you kind of...
Yeah, I have like flatmates, but not roommates. So
Okay.
it's kind of the same as home. So I can't
Yeah.
say what's like.
So I have a roommate, and we live like in the same dorm. We have like 2 beds. It's kind of fun because you can get to know someone else, and even if you're not like best friends, you can still learn how to live with others. I don't know what else to say to it.
Yeah, I guess don't be scared of it. And there's always a chance you won't have a roommate, or you can pay a little bit more to make sure you don't have a roommate. But something not to really worry about.
Yeah, and you can always change rooms if you don't get along.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good way to learn how to communicate and just like say what you know, what your problem is, and then, you know, fix it. Alright, so these are all the questions. If you have any more, let us know in the comments, and then we can just answer there, or like make another video. If you are German and you want us to make a German video about anything, just let us know. With that being said, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Yeah, I'm gonna link their Instagrams here if you wanna follow them too. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye! Bye!